really like the front end. It's very flush and it's just really well designed. So this engine is actually a 2-liter turbocharged, making 210 horsepower and 207 foot-pounds of torque. Here's where the battery is. Everything looks healthy. Starting off, we're going to go with the rear passenger seats. See here, it's got window controls. It's got a nice cubby here for your bottle of water. And it's got like this aluminum trim right here, which looks really good. And this is hard touch plastic. Seats here, fairly flat. And then for the seating position, this is the seat in front of me, the driver's seat. It's actually set to my driving position, so for a short person like me, 5'5", you got quite a bit of room. And then what's cool about this little compartment here is that you can put your phone here. It doesn't have no air vent like in the GTIs, the Golfs, the Golf Rs. It's got a nice cubby here. It's got your 12 volt. It's got your lock and unlock back here, which is kind of weird, I guess, if you're sitting in the back and the driver goes out to, you know, buy a pack of cigarette or something, and you feel unsafe, I guess you can lock the doors. And then the back pockets, you have one back pocket. Driver's side does not. And then you do have a hump here, which is pretty deep. So for somebody sitting in the middle, you might have some uncomfortable time. And then you do have an armrest. And then you also have like a pass-through in here where you can, oh, I guess that's how you do it. I've never messed with that thing. And here you can pass, you can put longer items in, through. But the armrest is fairly nice. It's soft. I wouldn't mind sitting back here, but I wouldn't mind sitting in the middle though. Well, the middle's not too bad. Here, just a shot at the front. And then moving on to this side. Now the seat in front of me is actually set pretty far back, but for shorter people like me, you do have good room. Now when you're shutting the back doors, it feels pretty solid. Also, I want to show you guys what it's like. The door does open pretty wide. Now I'm going to show you guys what it's like to try and get out of this car. You do have to use the side here to sort of push yourself out. Now for the trunk, there's a button down here. Well, actually it's kind of like a long button. You just press this, and you get this one's got a first aid kit. Nice carpet lining down here. The trunk is pretty wide and it's pretty roomy. And then for the bottom here, you do have a spare. On the GLIs, on this Autobahn edition, you do get LED taillights. And then for the wheels, you do have, I believe this is a, ooh, excuse me. I believe this is a 18-inch rim. What I like about this gas cap is that if you have the car unlocked, you can just open it. And then there's this little hole right here where you just stick your fuel cap on there while you're pumping gas. But if you lock the car, this gas cap will not open. Here's a demonstration. Oh yeah, this car does have keyless access with push button start. So if you lock the car, you cannot open the gas cap or the gas lid. Another thing about the headlights, what I really like about these headlights is that they're LED daytime running light with bi-xenons, and when you're cornering at night, the headlights actually turn when you turn the steering wheel too to illuminate the path or the curve, and that makes it so convenient, or so much. It just makes it a more confidence inspiring when you're driving, like say at night in the curves or on some curvy dirt roads. It just lights up the way really well. And then these are the fog lights. They are halogen. But when you are making, say, if you turn your signal to the right at night, it actually illuminates, the fog light actually turns on and illuminates whichever side you have the signals turned on. That's a neat feature of these Volkswagens. Now let's see what's on the passenger side. Here you get your window switches and your lock and unlock, and you also have a little compartment here where you put your bottles. And you get an electronic seat adjustment for forward and backward. And then you get manual height adjuster. And you also get a lockable glove box. And it's damped. And it's got this feature. Oh, that's also where you find your tire pressure monitor reset button. You also get this feature where you see down here, you can put your cold bottle in here. And if you turn this, it will let cold air come through and actually keep your drink cool. Getting into the car is a little bit of a stretch. Now let's close this door. It feels pretty solid. You do get soft material here to rest your arm, elbow, and your vanity with the light. Now this visor here does not extend, so for the passenger you are screwed. And then just sitting in the passenger seat, sitting here in the passenger seat, you do see that the media player is facing a little bit away from you, but you can still see what's going on. And here you can also, this car has got the dual automatic climate control, so if you don't like the temperature of the driver, you can always set your side to a lower temperature. And then here you also see it's got heated seats for both the driver and passenger. And then this is how it would look, I guess, if you were to look at the driver while he's driving. You do get a sunroof. Ooh, there's a spider up there. You do get a sunroof. And you also get a shareable armrest. And this armrest, actually, you can adjust it. You can adjust the height and you can pull it out. And then you would rest your arm there. Getting out of the car for the passenger, I guess it would be the same for all passengers, even the driver, is that you got this extension here, and it makes it a little harder for you to get out, just because this thing is so, it's extended, as you can see. And now for the driver side. For the driver side, you have all your window switches, lock, unlock, your mirror switches here. You also got a trunk release here, and there is no, I don't believe there is a fuel lid release, so let's just hope that mechanism never goes bad, or you won't be able to put gas in the car. And then you got your manual lumbar support. You do have full power seat for the driver. And then here you have your light switches. I actually kind of like this. And then you have your cruise control stock, which is here. And in order to turn it on, you would have to switch this to, let's see. Switch this on, and then in order to set your cruise control, you would hit this button here to set it, and then to go up and down in speed, you just hit up or hit down. And then for the foot controls, you have these really nice aluminum foot controls, but then you have just a regular cover, plastic cover here for your footrest. I don't know why this is the case, because on the GTIs and the Golf Rs, the aluminum pattern here is actually carried over to the footrest, but for some reason on the Jettas, or the GLI in this case, you have just a regular plastic cover. On the inside, you have a really nice leather e-brake here, along with your 6-speed manual transmission with the short shifter. It actually does not come with a short shifter. The stock shifter seems to be a little too long, and the throws were just not as precise. And you also have a backup camera, and that is pushing down on the shifter and then going all the way up to first gear. And as you can see here, the backup camera is not very good. The graphic is just unclear, and there's just a lot left to be desired. Now, sitting in the driver's seat, as you can see, everything is sort of coming at you and pointed towards you, so you won't ever feel like anything is, invincible to you. Everything is easily reachable. Controls are so simple and easy to understand. And you still, you have your volume knob, and I'm assuming this is your tuner. And then your vents, hazard light, switch up here, and your line of sight, which is nice. And then this car also has a throttle booster. This car currently has 43,754 miles. For a 6-year-old car, that's pretty low miles. And then you have your Fender premium audio system. Now let's take a look at the engine bay. I also like how the hood prop here is very flush to the side here. And then also, one last thing. This has the 6-speed manual. Currently, it's got the Dieselgeek short shifter, so it's a lot shorter and more mechanical feeling than the stock shifter. One thing I really dislike about Volkswagen cars is their steering column down here. As you can see, or maybe you can see, is my knee, whenever, say, if I want to get out of the car, my knee sometimes hit the bottom of the steering column just because it's shaped like this. Instead of making it like just flat out like this, I don't know why Volkswagen likes to make all their cars have this little hump right here. And that just makes it harder for, people to get in and out of the car. Ooh, it's getting hot. Let's get this puppy started. There's your push button start, traction control. And then up here you have your sunroof controls. You also have a sunglass holder. And then your lights. Okay, let's get this car on the road. Let's try out the clutch. The clutch does engage right in the middle. Right at the middle. First gear does rev up fairly fast. Ooh, I really like this rubberized part right here on the shifter. It makes it so much easier to shift because it's grippy. Shifter's nice, short. And then for noise levels, it's fairly quiet in here. I believe the only noise you might hear is just the fake engine noise and noises from the tires. That's it. I really like the layout of this cluster right here. And then you also have your controls for your oil temperatures. Oh, it's got speed warning, time traveled, consumption, and your average fuel economy. It ain't gonna be too good right now because we just started. And then your range. And I believe that's pretty much it for the settings. I also like how you have a digital speedometer. Try some downshifts. Yeah, the throttle it's fairly responsive, but it's not too responsive. And I think if you did not have the throttle booster here, the throttle would be even more laggy. Let's take it out to this curve. Yeah, you can hear the tires. Right now we're in 4th gear. Yeah, you can hear the tires. Overall, it's not too bad. The steering is light, but it's fairly precise, and body roll is not that it's not that scary. It actually has very little body roll. The brakes is good. The brakes is really good actually. lightweight, it's not too heavy, but it's pretty responsive too. First gear, second gear, third, fourth. I feel like in this car, you don't really have to, whenever you're shifting gears, you don't have to apply that much gas. Like, you just go back on the gas and just apply a little bit, and you will have a smooth shifting transition. Visibility in this car is pretty good. I typically don't like sedans because of the right pillar back there. It's kind of in the way, a little bit too wide, and I guess the trunk space back there, the lifted level up there, it's a little lifted. So for a short person like me, even if I had the seat all the way up, I feel like there's still too much. I guess you could say too much of a blind spot up there. It makes it just a little bit harder for me to see back there. So I prefer the visibility you get in a hatchback. And this steering wheel, man, it has like this leather material, and it's FedEx. It's got a really nice material, leather material. It's grippy, very nice, and it's got a flat bottom here too. That's how you know you're in a sports sedan. Downshifting, yeah, you really can't downshift too fast on this car. Steering is nice. The engine does like to rev, but once you get past third gear, the revs go all the way back down, close to almost 2,500 RPM. So in order to get more power, you have to go back to third, which pulls you up to about 4,500 RPM. Taking the curves on these back roads, the brake is good. It's not too intrusive, but it does the work you want it to. Yeah, I think third gear is probably the sweet spot for this car. But for curves, this car handles these curves. Even with the pavement being as bad as it is, it handles these curves pretty nice. Not a lot of body roll. I mean, there's just a tiny bit of body roll, but that's just there to help, to help you get that feeling of what the car is actually doing. Yeah, I prefer the hatchbacks. Just the visibility of the hatchbacks, to me, is far superior than the visibilities you get in sedans. Ooh, I'm already at 60 miles per hour. Overall, guys, I feel like this car, it's a good daily driver. It makes for a good daily driver, but if you want something extremely, a little bit more sporty, I think you might have to look elsewhere, because this car, it's comfortable. It's got a sporty nature to it, but at the end of the day, it's going to be more comfort than it is sporty. But I like the, and I really like just driving this car around. It's not a car that I feel like I can take it up to the mountains and go crazy, but this is a car that I would probably drive to and back from work. Oh, the brakes are good. Brakes are good. They've got enough bite in them that you won't ever lose confidence. And then one last thing I want to point out, I'm not a leather guy, so I really don't like leather seats. And the materials in these seats are not really real leather. I believe they're called leatherette. But just looking at these seats, they have been holding up fairly well. This is a 6-year-old car, and the material still looks really good. Like, it still looks brand new. There's no stretch marks. There's no wear or tear. It's pretty good material, but I feel like the material is a little bit hard on my booty. So I'm guessing if I take this on like a long road trip, I might have to take a break every now and then, just because of the harshness. Cancel that. And also for the side bolsters, I feel like they're pretty good. But being a slimmer guy, you're just a little bit bigger, I think it will hold you in just well. Acceleration is good. You do have some soft touch material up here on the dash, and then on the side here you get the same material you have in the back, which is hard, but then you do have a soft leather material here where you can rest your arm. But everything just feels good. I don't hear no rattles for a 6-year-old car, 43,000 miles. I don't hear no rattles. I don't see no plastic, imperfections. Everything is just very flush, and everything just looks like it's well built, put together. Nice. And I believe this model, or this year, the Jetta was actually still being made in Germany. So the quality should still be excellent. Visibility in front of me is very good. The hood is very low, so I can't see, unless I lean forward, I can't see the front of the hood. I can only see the top of the hood, or the hood that's closest to the windshield. And I can barely see, the windshield wipers. Oops, I should have downshifted. And then go through these curves. The seat does hold you in place. You will roll roll around just a little bit before, the side bolsters will, keep you there. This is my review of the 2013 Volkswagen Jetta GLI Autobahn Edition. Thank you guys for watching.